Alvin, 82 after 3 for you guys, 12 in the fourth. You were stuck on 6 in the quarter there for a good stretch. What wasn't working offensively?
Well, I thought we manufactured some shots. I mean, the bottom line is that, bottom line, you got to step up and make shots, and I thought we got some good looks at it. And we didn't make them, and that's kind of where we've struggled. We go 33, 19, 30, 12, and that's really is not conducive to winning in this league. You give up 102 points. Obviously they shoot 42%. They shoot 28 from 3. All of those say that you should win the game, but our offense for some reason right now is very stagnant, and we're missing shots, and we're not making quick decisions. We say 0.5, you got to decide. Either it's a shot or either you got to move it on. And we'll continue to work at it. We're going to find a combination of guys that's going to play. Don't really care what the hell the back of the jersey say. We're going to play the guys that's going to play hard and try to do what we ask them to do. So, and if you don't want to run, and if you don't want to get out and play in the open court, then we've got to find somebody that will.
Alvin, this team has sort of lost its way, and you're stepping in like a really awkward point. But where do you find their compete level? Because it seems like they have this "oh no, here we go again" moment almost every game.
I don't know if it's oh no, here we go, but I do think that our confidence has been rattled a little bit, and you have a tendency to go through that somewhat. But the one message that I said from day one is that the only thing, and the only one that's going to rescue us from this is us. There's nobody in this league, not in the 35 years that I've been in it, that has any sympathy for you. And so you have to come together, and you have to find a way to bail yourself out of this. Like I said, there's a lot of games left, but we can't keep saying that week after week after week. Somewhere along the line, action's got to take place, and somewhere along the line, you got to change. You got to change what you're doing, and find a way to win games. So. There's no moral victories. There's not anything. We've got to play to win games. And, every game that we lose has just put us that farther away from, what our goals are. So it's tough. We played a team that, had a lot of their starters missing. And we didn't get the job done. And so I'll be the first to say I got to do a better job of preparing them and getting them ready to play. And then they've got to do a better job of playing.
On the other side, though, Coach, with the 76ers, Andre Drummond didn't make anything better anyway. Just wanted to, get your commentary on how he played and how he affected the game.
Well, I mean, you get 23 rebounds. Obviously, you have an effect on the game. And the thing that even hurt more than the 23 rebounds was the 7 offensive rebounds, so. Once again, that's one of the things that we talked about as far as that. But, all in all, we did a good job of keeping them off the offensive board. I mean, other than him, they had 11 offensive rebounds. He had 7 of them. So, obviously we did a pretty good job on the other guy, but we've got to do a good job on him. We have to find a way to win games. It doesn't matter, we can look at stat sheets, we can do this, but the bottom line is that you have to find a way. If you give up 102 points, you've got to find a way to manufacture enough points to win the game, and we did not.
Alvin, when you see that the team is struggling to shoot the ball the way they are, do they break plays? Are they still running the same things you want to see them run?
Oh no, I like I said, I think if you go back and look, we got good shots. Obviously, Buddy's going to take a couple of tough shots, but that's who he is, and that's okay. But we're manufacturing shots that we like, that we're taking, and, we just got to step up and make them.
Alvin, building off of that, Tyrese took a deep 3, and then Buddy had a deep transition 3 attempt with you guys up 9. Are those parts of the good looks that you're looking for, those shots in transition?
Sure, both of those guys. If you look at the shooting percentage, they're shots that within what we're trying to do, they're good shots. What I don't want us to do, and I think what has happened some in the past is that we get up 9 points and we start playing really cautious basketball, and I don't. That's way too much time left in a basketball game to all of a sudden just try to slow it down and start playing cautious basketball. We have to learn to play in the open court. We have to have good shot selection, which I thought we did for the most part. We just didn't shoot the ball very well at all. We shot 41%, 42% really, and 23% from three. And so that's really not a recipe for winning in this league, even if you play at home. So we just got to do a better job. But, it's a game under our belt. And the thing that's really disturbing right now is that we're having trouble winning games at home. And in this league, you have to win your home games. You have to be good at home, and then you have to be, decent on the road. And we have not been good at home, and we've got to find a way to get that change right away.
Yeah, Alvin, between you and Monty, the last 2 days, we've heard a lot about pace and pushing the pace of this team. I didn't feel like that happened too much tonight against a Philadelphia roster that is not one of the quicker ones in the league with who they had healthy. Why do you feel like that was the case tonight?
Well, I thought we tried. We had our moments. But once again, I said that, we can't have moments. We got to have consistency. And so we had our moments where I thought we did a good job of pushing the pace and running out and scoring and doing some good stuff. But it can't be moments. It's got to be, 48, 45 moments,
You guys have a stretch coming up here with a bunch of games against teams that are in the Western Conference sort of postseason mix. How important is this stretch coming up for you guys, just to rebound what you've been going through, and also what are you hoping to learn from your team?
To be honest with you, every stretch is important for us right now. We don't have we have very little margin of error, and we got a ton of games left, but somewhere along the line we have to start talking and start playing and start winning games. That's what we have to do if we're going to stay in the race or at all. It's still early in the season, but, you can't get to the point where all of a sudden you're looking at every score that comes up and, you're trying to figure things out. We have to take care of our own business ourselves.
Coach, it's got to be a little frustrating, one, your first game as head coach, and two, that fourth quarter. It's just the dreaded fourth quarter. What can change, going forward?
Well, we can either improve or we got to start looking to play different people. That's the solution, really. If we can't get it done with the people that we have out there, obviously as a coach, I got to decide on different people being out there. 12 points in a quarter is just not is unacceptable to a team that's basically playing with their the second unit.
Alvin,
and I didn't mean that in a discouraging way against those guys out there, because they got some very good players. I didn't mean that in any kind of derogatory way, because the bottom line is that they kicked our ass. So.
Yeah, Alvin, I think the attention is going to shift from coaching to the roster here if this kind of stuff continues. What, in your view, what does this team lack? Is it fire? Is it maturity? Is it just guts? Why can't they seem to put this together?
I think that's a tough question. I'm not really sure. I think, our confidence is down a little bit, and we have that's something that we can't do. We have to put ourselves in a position where we feel that we can go out and win games, and I think that we have that attitude, but some kind of way, the only way that we're going to shake this, and as I said to the guys, is that we have to actually win some games, where we see a tangible thing that we've done, that we see the results of that, and that it's got to be a W, We can talk about, hey, we did this well, or, we were pretty good in this area right here, but, if it's an L, it's an L, and at the end of the day, they either put a W or an L in there, and we've got to find a way to put some W's in.
Hey, Alvin, we saw Luke talk about at the beginning of the season he wanted Harrison to get up more shots, and it feels like his aggressiveness has kind of slowed down as the year has gone on. Tonight was a slow night for him. Where are you at in terms of the aggressiveness you've seen from Barnes?
Oh, I want him to be aggressive. I mean, I think he's got to be aggressive. I think getting out in the open court, that's what we're trying to do to create more space, create opportunities to shoot threes. I would definitely like to see him take more than, I think he can take 8 to 10 threes. We'd like to see that. So it's just not, these are all things that we have to look at. I'll go home now and take a look at the game, and that's why I don't like to react too much to the players until you actually take a look at it and be able to really break the film down and look in depth and see, where these areas of improvement need to come from the standpoint of having a 12-point fourth quarter.
We've got one more question on Zoom. Christos, go ahead.
Hello, Coach. Hope you're doing well. What was your message after that game against the Sixers, and what did you see about the confidence of that group?
I'm sorry. The message after the game was that, very disappointed. I think when you, as I said, play a team that's, really depleted right now, and you're playing them at home, you can't expect to win. You have to win. And we didn't do that. That's not putting pressure on our guys or anything. That's just the facts of what's going on. So I'm disappointed. I think they're disappointed too. But as I said, we have to dig ourselves out of this. No one's going to dig us out of it, and no one really cares. And so some kind of way, and we'll start on it tomorrow. We'll go to practice, and we'll try to correct the things that need to be corrected, and we'll also have to take a look at our rotations and what's going on there.